What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tonyd2wild checking in once again, back with the rank of the day, guys, with another Got 'em Early. Tony Digital back with a 4K visual, back at it like a crack addict in the building once again for you, twin. Let's get it in, man, with the Jordan 1 Low Howard University P. All right, guys, this is big. In my opinion, this is a very big moment for Jordan Brand, but also for the HBCUs out there. Now, earlier this year, we had a Nike collaboration with Spelman and Morehouse for the Nike Terminator. Very dope. Now we have, fast forward though, which I think is a little bit more dope, even though Spelman, Morehouse is in Atlanta, you know, I want to represent my home team, but I got to give it up that the Howard Jordan 1 Low is phenomenal. Now, this is the first time ever that Jordan Brand has collaborated with an HBCU, and this one in particular is Howard University. And these will be releasing on August 12th for a retail price point of $140. So keep that in mind. Now, we've seen a very similar shoe of colorway that released back last year in 2023, but it did not release to a general release. It was a PE release for Howard University. Howard University inked a 20-year deal with Jordan Brand, but was a part of also that 10-year, $100 million that Jordan Brand pledged to help push out racial equality, greater access to better education, and social justice reform that happened back when the George Floyd situation occurred. Now we have here today the first ever collaboration with a HBCU and Jordan Brand with the Jordan 1 Low Howard, as you know, I guess that's what we're just gonna call it, the Howard University Jordan 1 Low. This will be a general release, as stated before. This one will be to the public, but the previous version, I'll throw up a picture, was very similar to this part right here, this pair right here, but it was just featuring all red instead of the navy that you see put right here. Now, Howard University is located in Washington, D.C. And if you guys know, there's been a lot of notable people that have came from Howard University. Chad Boseman being one, Sean Puffy Diddy Combs, whatever you want to call Puff Daddy Diddy, No Diddy right now currently, you feel me? Nick Cannon, Thurgood Marshall, and even Kamala Harris, who is running for being president right now. So a lot of notable people have came from Howard University, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys would have known that by now. You know, it's a very popular and one of the biggest HBCUs out there to this day. Now, with that being said, though, we do have this beautiful shoe that we want to talk about, and she is a beauty, I'm gonna be honest. I like the shoe a lot because of the colorway. The colorway is the first part of the shoe. Obviously, if you can, you know, maybe see where that could come from, and a lot of people from Atlanta could definitely probably like this shoe because of that reasoning, but it's also just a very nice shoe. The story behind it, I guess, you know, it relating to the HBCU, it relating to that pledge that Jordan Brand has pushed out for the next 10 years of $100 million, which is phenomenal. But it's just a very solid shoe overall, especially with a model that is not as popular. So it's good to see the Jordan 1 Low get this type of treatment, because with Jordan 1 Lows, it's usually a hit or miss. Like, some colorways pop, some colorways don't. This one in particular, I like, and for the most part, it looks good. It's a good one for me. Now, as far as the colorways go on here, this on the box, it says Summit White/Gem Red. The box itself, as you can see, is that white and like navy. So it is also a glossed, not a matte finish, but a gloss finish that is very shiny. They did not go with, of course, the black and red. They went with something a little bit more special. So I'm cool with that. Even though it is a more special release of some sorts, or like a collab, is not, Howard is not stated on the box, it is a $140 shoe still also. It comes with a secondary set of laces, which are in the navy. I like this as well. Would have liked, when I say would, guys, I'm not complaining. You know what I'm saying? I'm just adding to it. Some people take things as a complaint, like, I gotta review shoes. I can't like everything because then y'all get mad. I can't hate everything because then you get mad. I gotta find a nice neutral balance of my personal opinion. You feel me? The shoe is great as is, but I mean, can we just be honest? We got the navy, we would've stolen the red, right? The stolen the red, we'd be good to go. Can we all agree with that? It's fine as is, but just throw the red laces in there just to add a little bit more flair. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, with the navy, it's cool. It's nice. The laces have a semi-waxed type of texture to them. They're not just your typical laces. They're very stiff. They have the wax appeal to it, but it's not as waxed as you typically see some of these shoes that come out, where it's just almost like caked on, right? It doesn't feel like the caked on look. It doesn't look like the caked on look. It looks honestly like someone laid out some laces, sprayed some starch, and then ironed them bad boys, and then you got these right here, but it doesn't really matter. I think, in my opinion, these are just dope as is. The leather that is utilized on the navy has a slight tumbled overall texture and feel and look all around the navy. The white paneling on the toe box as well as on the sides are your typical Jordan brand grain leather that you see on Jordan 1s right about now. Now on the red portion, there is some slight tumbleness on the back right here, but right here is pretty smooth, and that's usually how it's just gonna be, because right here you got, like, I would say like a cardboard insert or plastic they utilize to make that heel cup for sneakers. It's usually stretched out material, so it's typically just a very smooth overall leather on the back there. Now you have embroidered on the back, Air Jordan and the winged logo. Embroidered. I love it. I love that Jordan brand has been going full out when it comes to the Jordan 1 lows and giving us that embroidery, because some shoes feature the print, some shoes feature the embroidery. I'm for the embroidery. I like embroidery. I think I've already said it before, when it comes to Jordan 11s, which they did on those, Jordan 11s I think should just come with the embroidery, because back in the day, coming in this game in 2013, 2014, I remember people having Jordan 11s and their 23s like coming off, peeling off, and people were selling the 23s that you could put on the back and iron on so that you can get that 23 back on. Like that's how tough it was. But since then, it seems like, if I can remember correctly, because I haven't really kept a pair of 11s for a minute, I have the cool grays somewhere, but I think the cool grays may be printed and not stitched in. But with that being said, Jordan brand, if you're listening, embroidery is key. It's probably like a couple more cents to $1. I know personally from doing clothing, like, just give us the embroidery. It never goes away. It stays forever. You feel me? The tongue itself features the Nike Air, and that Nike Air is in red. And I don't know if it can pick up on screen, but like from looking at it from this distance, you can definitely tell there's a difference in the tongue color from the toe box. The toe box being white, and then the tongue has like almost it has like a reddish sail tint. It's like a sail, but has like a hint of the red. I don't know, it's something there, but I mean, it's not gonna be an issue. Nothing that you necessarily need to complain about, but just something to point out. You also have what appears to be the sail midsole. And I mentioned that before. I think that, I mentioned it, and it wasn't more so like a complaint. I think it's just something that we just all got to accept at this point, and that is that sail is just the new white. Every Jordan 1 that's going to come out is going to pretty much have, or more than likely have, a sail midsole than a white midsole, a tint of it. And at some point, or from some thought, like, it's not really bad, because when you think about it, like, it's going to turn sail eventually. It's not going to stay white forever. So I'm not tripping about it. I'm all for it. Whatever makes people happy, I'm all for it. It ain't that big of a deal, but that is what is featured here. One of the best parts about this shoe, so small of detail, but it is nice, is the little Nike check on the toe box. Now, I don't know if the original had that. If I had to make a decision and tell you guys right now, I'd say it did, but let's just see. So looking at it, yes, it did. It had a navy check, and we will put a picture up of that shoe. And even looking right now on like a Flight Club, I'm confused here. My size for that OG Howard, the one that we're talking about, the actual PE, they got it going for $275 right now. Size 9 is like $410, so they're available. And it looks like this one had ostrich skin, the ostrich nutsack material on the swoosh right here. I'm just looking at the pictures of it, and then it also was like a suede material, not a leather. I didn't even know that, but I'm looking, like, when I go on eBay, of course, so eBay's got them for like $2,000. So original PEs are not even going for that much right now. At least on Flight Club, they had them $787 and is X'd out for $275. That is wild. I'm also now on StockX. Let me confirm. So this is the one that's dropping. Now these are currently, just to let you guys and girls know, currently right now, this particular shoe in my size is going for $195. So $195, retails $140. It's going to be about $215, $220 after all the fees and taxes. But I'm unable to see about the actual one that was a PE last year. So I'm just looking real quick if we can find that. That one I cannot find. It's really wild, because I'm looking even like on eBay, $400. It's a little, I don't know. I was expecting the PEs to be a little bit more, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is a very nice iteration of the shoe. Slightly different than the original, but still a very solid colorway, and I'm all for it. This is definitely something that would be on my mind. It's releasing October 12th, of course. You know, whether or not it's something I would add to the collection, that one I'm gonna have to kind of seesaw on this, let it sit, let it marinate. See, I can like a shoe and still pass on a shoe, regardless of the value of the shoe or all that. This shoe is currently going for 240 bucks. It's going for above retail. It's a resale shoe. It has some value. I don't really care about that because I'm gonna wear the shoe. So once I wear it, the value is gonna be gone, right? So I really don't know where I stand at with this shoe as far as like if I want it, if I need it. Definitely nice, definitely matches very well. But I have other shoes that kind of match this same exact colorway that go with this, you know, hat if I want to pull it off that type of way. But I do think it is a very nice shoe. If it's a shoe that you like or you've been wanting to get your hands on, you'll be definitely pleased with its quality and its overall look. So be on the lookout for that. And we will do a full-on in-depth review. The inside, also keep that in mind, is the Nike Air navy with the red featured there. We will do a full-on in-depth review on this on the channel, so stay tuned for that. The box, also typical, nothing special there, but it is very dope to see that, you know, Jordan Brand and Howard are teaming up and doing something with the HBCUs, and I'm looking forward to seeing if we see some others down the pipeline. Like we stated before, Nike did do something with Spelman and Morehouse. So I'm wondering if maybe Jordan Brand gives the same treatment to other HBCUs out there down the pipeline. This one in particular, though, is a very nice one to start things off. How do I think this shoe will do? I think it will do decent. I mean, it's going to be doing better than other Jordan 1s, but it just is what it is. Like, it's not releasing for a whole nother month. People are going to be excited about it. It's going to be, hyped up. And then as it gets closer and closer, people are tired of it. And it may flatline, it may go for retail, it may go below retail. You might be able to easily get it. Just keep your eye out on it. It is a little bit of a special shoe though, so who knows how it could go. But there are some other Jordan 1 lows that you may be seeing very soon on the channel that are coming out as well. So we'll have to see how the Jordan 1 lows are gonna do for the rest of this month leading into October. But let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section as always. I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.